Hi, today we're going to discuss count functions. There are so many of those in Excel, and it's really from time to time hard to understand what is the difference and what are they supposed to do. Let's try to figure it out. Okay, let's start with the simplest one, which is count formula. We simply go to count formula, select all the area, and as a result we'll see 3. Count formula calculates the cells which contain only numbers. And as you can see on the left side, you have only 3 elements which are true numbers. Don't forget that in Excel the data is always treated as a number, regardless of the format in which you see it. Next formula is COUNTA. Let's just simply apply it to the same range. COUNTA formula counts all the cells which are not equal to 0. Here we need to be extremely careful, because every cell which contains even one symbol is not treated as blank. If the cell contains 1, 2 or 3 spaces, it will be treated as a text cell. Let's take this example and put few spaces in one of the cells. As you can see, immediately the formula treats it as a cell with a value. And as you can see, we have 13 cells in total, and COUNTA captures all 13 of them. The next simple formula will be COUNTBLANK. Very simple, it calculates the blank cells in the formula. Small hint for you, COUNTBLANK plus COUNTA together should give you the total number of cells in the range you're working with. So now if we add one cell with spaces, you will see that COUNTBLANK result will be reduced to 1, while COUNTA result will be increased by 1. So the next one is COUNTIFS, which is probably the main formula utilized to count the cells. Let's count the elements in the column fruit, which are equal to orange. For this, we need to select as the first argument the whole area, and the second argument we choose the criteria, which is in our case orange. As you can see, it's 5. And I highlighted all the orange elements with blue, so if we change one of them to something different, definitely the counter will change. Let's try to calculate how many orange elements do we have in the column fruit, for which corresponding element in sales column is more than, let's say, 20. We start with COUNTIFS, so we select the area, again we select the first parameter as orange, then as a second criteria range we choose the sales column. And in the criteria, we will do the following thing. We need to put the sign more, then we need to use ampersand sign, and we choose our criteria, which is 20. We close the bracket, and as you can see, the result is 3. Let's try to count the number of oranges for which the sales are more than 20 and less than 100. Again, we start with the COUNTIFS formula. We select the main area. The first criteria would be orange. The second criteria range is sales. And the criteria itself would be more than 20. The third criteria range is the same column. However, the criteria would be less than, let's say, 100. As a result, we see only 2 elements. The element number 6 doesn't fit because the sales are more than 100. But this is not all. COUNTIFS formula could be used with the wildcards. And there are 2 of them, asterisk and question mark. Asterisk means any number of random symbols, while the question mark means one random symbol. So if your criteria requires exactly 3 random symbols, you need to put 3 question marks. Let's correct our original table. So if we apply our simple formula, COUNTIFS, we simply calculate the number of elements which are equal to orange, the answer would be 2. So we want to calculate all the elements which start with orange and end with any digit. In order to do so, we need to change a bit the condition of our formula. Instead of the second element being equal to orange, we need to keep this name of orange, then use ampersand and add asterisk. And as you can see, the result becomes 4. Definitely the first element doesn't fit because it starts not with orange but with number 1. All of the other elements in our list fit this criteria. Question mark refers to only specific number of elements. So in this case, if we change asterisk to question mark, we mean 1 and only 1 random element, and definitely the result will be equal to 1 because there is only one element which starts with orange and has one additional symbol. So let's modify the formula and count all the elements which contain orange in any shape or form. We need to put asterisk at the end, and also we need to add similar condition at the beginning. And the result is 5, exactly equal to the amount of oranges we have in our list. Let's go back again to our original example, and let's try to calculate the number of text cells and the number of cells which contain only numbers. So in order to calculate the text cells, we need to use the sum function, and inside we need to put the formula isText. As an argument, we select the whole area inside, then we need to multiply it by 1 The same approach we can use to calculate the cells which contain numbers. Again, we start with some formula. Now we use the formula is number. Again, we select the whole area as an argument. We multiply by 1, close the bracket, and here we are. There are exactly 3 cells which contain only numbers. Once again, be careful with spaces. If the cell looks empty, it doesn't mean it is empty. And also I would like to give you the example of the old formula. So for this we need to use sum product function, then we put 2 dashes, and then we again use formula is text, we select our range and close the brackets. As you can see, the result is the same. And the same approach we can use for the numbers. Again, we use sum product, 2 dashes, is number, select all the area, close the brackets, and here it is. I hope these simple tips will help you to extend the options which you have when you need to count the cells, and also boost your imagination. Thank you, and see you in the next one.